Found the liberal theme song.
Don't know much about history. Don't know much biology. Don't know much about science.
Be like, oh, I want to be a stripper.
Try self-respect, morals, a desire to do good in the world and actually contribute, wanting a real relationship, being disgusted by sex trafficking, abuse, suicide, self-harm, and all the things that are a product of stripping and pornography. The fact that strippers are homewreckers, and that absolutely disgusts me. But let me assure you, I can dance, just not for nasty dollar bills. Ooh, that's for the right guy.
Brainwashed by what, may I ask? Is it the media that's indoctrinating our entire society to have far left-wing views? Or it must be academia that's pushing liberal views on all of our youth? Or maybe it's all the Snapchat ads, when he took that knee, he stood for all of us. Yeah, super conservative. Or an ad pushing homosexuality on our youth. Or maybe it's all those independent fact checkers that are funded by people like George Soros and the Clintons. So yeah, reality check. Every single aspect of our lives pushes liberalism on our society. We aren't the brainwashed ones. We're the ones who think for ourselves. You should try it.
Claiming that America is sexist and as a woman you are oppressed here is completely disrespectful to real female rights issues globally. In India, men can legally rape their wives. In Russia, domestic violence has been decriminalized. In Iran, you can't leave the country without permission from your husband. In Yemen, you can't leave the house without a man. In Sudan, you can have an arranged marriage with a 10-year-old little girl if her parents decide so. Not to mention the countries that have very weak or just no laws prohibiting sex trafficking, which women are predominantly the victims of. Yes, I'm a woman in America. I am not a...
You need to leave!
I think feminism is the worst thing that ever happened to women. Our job used to be no job. We had it so good. And then all these women had to show off and be like, we could do it. We could do anything. Shut up.
This whole gender pay gap inequality thing is real. Like, if companies can really get away with paying women less than men for the same job, yielding the same results, why on earth would any company ever hire a man? Think about it. If that were true, they could just hire women and they would save a ton of money.
I don't understand for the life of me. I don't understand for the life of me why we are telling women that their best and greatest superpower, creating another human from their own body, is less important than working as an associate law clerk. Working 2,100 billable hours, checking footnotes, is somehow more important than raising the next generation of human beings that you made with your own body and then bringing them up. Now, some people may choose that. Fine, again, for the 1,000th time, that's fine, do what you want, it's a free country. But if you're going to indoctrinate women to believe that happiness comes from working as an accountant, but not from spending more time with your children, there's not a single person who on their deathbed said, I wish I had done one more doc with you. Not one.
Make a scene. I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me...
I was thinking about toxic masculinity, and I got really upset today thinking about how they're teaching boys to basically shut up and let the girls talk, and pushing down boys in anything masculine. I'm a girl. I love being a girl. I can do whatever I want to do in this lifetime. No one's stopping me, except the IRS. But I can go do whatever I want. And this idea that men are the reason that women have... No, that's bullshit. Toxic femininity is the issue. This overabundance of express your feelings, and you can't hurt my feelings, and you have to use my pronouns, and there's 700 genders, and my mom... No, we need backbones. We need fucking balls. I'm tired of this shit. Toxic femininity is the issue.
If you're a guy and you've gone through divorce, this video may be hard to hear because it's true and completely unfair. When it comes to children, The family legal system is prejudiced against dads. How is it that dads go into mediation fighting for 50-50, for an equal chance of spending time with their kids, and women go in fighting 80-20? And we think that's somehow normal. It suggests that despite the move towards gender equality, men are still valued less as emotional providers and more as material providers, and have to suffer the emotional consequences on top of the already devastating financial consequences. This is the hardest thing for men after a divorce, and I am so sorry for your hurt if you have suffered this injustice. There is no greater pain than a threat to the bond between you and your children. There's a powerlessness to this that is just not right. Nobody deserves that, regardless of the reasons for divorce.
Highest debt by state. Take a wild guess into the commonality between these. Well, we have California, Illinois, Massachusetts, New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Maryland. They're all Democratic-ran blue states. The worst offender, by far, California. They are $54 billion in debt, and that is growing larger every day.
I just got done at the grocery store, and I'm walking through the freezer aisle, and this little elderly lady comes up, and she's like, "I like your hat." And I was like, "Thank you." She was like, "I would wear mine, but I'm too scared." And I was like, "Why are you scared?" And she's like, "Well, I just don't want to get attacked or something." How sad and pathetic is it that people can't support their president because the left is so violent that people are genuinely afraid of getting attacked? Honestly, it's
the left in 15 seconds. If a dude pretends to be a woman, you're required to pretend with him. Inflammatory rhetoric is outrageous, but harassing people in restaurants is virtuous. We see socialist countries collapsing, but it's apparently a great plan to us.
Sure, we've all heard about Demi Lovato coming out as non-binary and changing her pronouns to they, them, but there's something that nobody's talking about. In her video, she features her friend Alec Vade Manon, who is a somewhat well-known trans activist. I certainly recognized him. How? From this quote right here. In a since-deleted Facebook post, Alec writes, "These days, the narrative is that transgender people will come into bathrooms and abuse little girls. The supposed purity of the victims has remained stagnant. There are no princesses. Little girls are also kinky. Your kids aren't as straight and narrow as you think." This is who Demi Lovato has chosen to associate herself with. It is perverse and disgusting, and there is no room in this world for public language like that.